Some about free trade movement of people in Africa. And again, I had a personal experience. Last year, February 2025, I was traveling to Cape Town for the mining endeavor in South Africa. And as we landed, and it was a red eye, so I left at night from Lagos to Cape Town. We arrived at 6 in the morning. And as we arrived, we went to the immigration, attended my passport. The immigration officer looked at it, and he was like, "Why is your visa?" And I said, "My visa is there." Unknown to me, my visa had expired the day before. And what happened? Unfortunately, our crew did not check the visas to ensure that the visas were valid. We were there for 4 hours, but at the end of the day, I had to turn back. I was turned back to Lagos. But the issue is, while we were waiting, to see whether we'd be able to get access into the country without a visa, there were like 3 international flights from Europe. All the 3 flights were mostly Europeans. I was standing there by the immigration desk, and each and every passenger on those 3 flights went into Cape Town without any visa at all. I do not have a problem with the fact that I was there without a visa and I was returned. I took full responsibility of that. I had an issue being an African in Africa, being turned away because I do not have a visa, and foreigners from other continents were coming in and were allowed to enter without a visa.
All right, Rufai, the irony is stunning. Africa's second richest man, a billionaire who's invested billions across the continent, creating thousands of jobs, gets turned away for a visa that expired by 1 day. But Europeans walk right through, visa-free. Rabiu is diplomatically calling out what many Africans already know. The African Union talks about integration and free movement, but when it comes to actual implementation, we're still treating each other like outsiders while rolling out the red carpet for everyone else.
All of this is based under the word colonialism.
Colonialism.
The shackles are still there. We have not gotten over it and all of that. It goes back to President Tinubu's interview session. Actually, there's a platform for trade all over Africa. It's called the PAPS system. That's sort of by Afreximbank. But guess what? Because of colonialism, French doesn't want to talk to English. English doesn't want to talk to French. We also have a local level of mindset and colonialism. That's why Dangote had to build every infrastructure himself, and at the same time, they also collect heavy taxes from him. It's all a mental thing. Emancipate yourself from mental slavery. None but ourselves can free our minds. I think I did 20 seconds.
You did. You're fantastic. I mean, the conversation is deep. It's large. Africa needs to unite. There is no African Union if we're not united. That really is the bottom line of the story.
So guys, welcome back to the channel. You can hear from Mr. Rabiu Abdul Samad with, his experience. And before some people start saying that he's rich, does it mean that because he's a billionaire, he's not going to follow the rules and the laws of South Africa? That's not what he's talking about. You heard him clearly say that he took responsibility for that. And the issue was not even that they asked him to go back to Lagos or Nigeria. The issue was that while he was standing by the immigration desk, he witnessed people from Europe that came in without visa into Cape Town. And for him, who is an African, and not just because he's an African, but also attending a business event, and even if they want to refuse him, then at least they should have made it something that is applicable to everyone. Why are you discriminating? Especially in an African continent. Discrimination is bad anywhere. I also don't say you should discriminate people from Europe. Discrimination is bad. But why are you discriminating somebody that is in Africa? If you can allow those people, that means you can allow him. And somebody of his stature that is contributing to employment, to the economy of Africa through their investments in different parts of the continent. So So this is part of the thing that Rufai was saying, is the emancipation of mental slavery, that some of our people have not been able to emancipate themselves. Emancipate yourself from mental slavery, from despising yourself, from seeing yourself as too little to succeed, from feeling that you cannot also be valued. That is a reflection. That is exactly what was going on there. And Mr. Rabiu Abdul Samad is not about him. It's not just about him. It's about what people, other Africans, if somebody like him went through that. So imagine someone that he doesn't even have his profile. Someone that is of, just an ordinary person. Imagine what ordinary people go through every day from other parts of Africa, trying to go into several other African countries. And it's not just only South Africa that has this issue. It might be where it's more highlighted right now, but they are not the only ones that have this issue. It's self-hate. Self-hate is one of the biggest problems that Africans, black Africans, have. It makes them to discriminate against themselves. It makes them to attack themselves. It makes them to not respect themselves. Self-hate. So, and it's quite unfortunate, but this is what is going on. And now we have seen the xenophobia and all that, which is a different topic that has been covered, and we are also going to cover more of it in the future. So guys, thank you so much for listening to that. Please like, subscribe, and leave a comment, and I will see you next time.